built to sail polar waters in true luxury with a fleet of Zodiacs, 2 helicopters and their very own submarine for you to use whilst on board. This week on Planet Cruise Weekly, we take a look at Scenic's first venture into ocean cruising with the Scenic Eclipse. Well, hello and welcome to episode 71 of Planet Cruise Weekly. I'm Keith, an ex-cruise director with too much time on my hands, and every week I'm joined for this wonderful video cast by one of our excellent Planet Cruise destination experts, the people that spend all their time booking people like yourselves on some amazing cruises around the world. And this week I'm joined by the lovely Jade, fresh from the Planet Cruise live show, which we had last Sunday. It was great, wasn't it, Jade?
Yeah, really good show, really good turnout. It was
so lovely to see so many of you turning up and saying how much you enjoyed the show. So thank you for all your lovely comments. I know Jade was busy there booking people on cruises, and I was busy in the talk theatre chatting about some of the exciting destinations which you can go to. And funnily enough, one of the most exciting bits of news from last year is what we're talking about today, because last year Scenic, who for many years now have been one of the leaders in river cruising, announced that they were going to do their first ever foray into ocean cruising, and they're calling the ship the Scenic Eclipse. And it's their first, what they're calling a luxury discovery yacht. Now, it's currently being built in Croatia. It's 16,500 tonnes, or will be when it's finished, and will be debuting in August of 2018. Now, across her 10 decks, you've got 6-star luxury with this great world-class innovation, with the first ever submarine on a cruise ship at sea. And yes, I did just say first ever submarine on a cruise ship.
The ship has been carefully designed so that she can sail both polar and non-polar regions, and is smaller than most of her contemporaries, so creating more of an intimate feel and allowing guests to get further into the ports and inland than the other bigger ships can that are currently out on the market. She is a double hull rated Ice Class 1A Super for sailing in the polar waters, 2 separate engine rooms and 0 speed stabilisers that are 50% bigger than normal to improve the stability and work better when the vessel is stationary. And this should make for a less rocky ride for areas such as the notorious Drake Passage into Antarctica.
Following in the wake of Scenic's success in the river cruise market, the Eclipse will be truly all-inclusive. Now, Scenic refers to this as a wallet-free zone. Sounds good, huh? There are no hidden costs, and that includes all tipping and gratuities, Wi-Fi, beverages on board, and all your shore excursions ashore. In fact, they won't even ask you a credit card at check-in. Now, in a crowded market, this makes them quite unique in ocean cruising, with the exception of maybe Regent Seven Seas. Okay, yeah, certain companies offer a choice of maybe 1 or 2 excursions, but with Scenic, all the excursions will be free, and you get to choose which one you go on. The only chargeable extras will be the submarine and the helicopters, and if you want to go scuba diving.
Scenic Eclipse has been designed as the ultimate luxurious viewing platform with a plethora of outdoor areas, from the sun terrace with sweeping views to the observation terrace overlooking the front of the yacht. And then there is the spa and pool terraces, all of which provide the perfect vantage points for you to spot your incredible landmarks or wildlife and promise that you'll never miss a moment.
So first of all, who are Scenic? Well, in 1987, an Australian entrepreneur named Glenn Moroney founded Scenic Tours, and the company got started by offering coach trips to the Australian coast. And initially, these tours were marketed really just to residents of Melbourne, but they soon realised that guests wanted to go further with them. So over the next 2 decades, they carried on growing and expanding before in 2008, they jumped into the river cruise market, not literally, with the launch of the trademark Scenic spaceships. All-inclusive, all-suite floating hotels with private balconies, world-class dining and a butler service, and they proved an instant hit. And recently, they started to expand from Europe's rivers across into Southeast Asia.
On April the 13th, 2015, Scenic Tours officially changed its name to Scenic, followed by a year later in 2016 announcing their plans to construct and launch its first luxury ocean expedition ship, the Scenic Eclipse.
So first things first, let's take a look at the most important aspect, of course, dining. Well, Scenic Eclipse offers 10 different dining experiences on board, and that ranges from casual through to fine dining, pretty much inspired by the globe itself, by the world and by the areas that you travel through. It's a multicultural culinary adventure.
Small and intimate venues abound on Scenic Eclipse, affording guests the choice of privacy at no additional cost.
So bearing in mind this is just a 16,500 ton luxury yacht, it's not massive, but it's still got 10 dining experiences on board, which we think is pretty impressive. First of all, Elements. This is the main restaurant and it features Italian, steak and seafood. Then you've got the chef's table, which is an exclusive invitation to degustation dining, and again you do that in front of the chef, that the food is prepared in front of you. It's incredible. Then Coco's. This is Asian fusion with a sake bar. With that, there's another experience within that, which is the sushi at Coco's, and again that's a great authentic Japanese sushi with the raw fish and the rice. And then, I know I'm a big fan of sushi. And then teppanyaki at Coco's, which is the private dining with an open teppanyaki grill. So 3 within 1 there. Then there's Lumiere. This is contemporary French dining, and also a champagne bar on the side, which I know Jade's very excited about. Yeah. And the Azure Bar and Cafe, which is pretty much for relaxed all-day grazing.
You've also got the Yacht Club, which is your poolside grill with your buffet and bar. And of course, in-suite dining, a 24-hour comprehensive menu brought to your door. Plus, a lovely addition that we spotted was the, for your jaunts ashore, the chef-prepared picnics. So, hand-picked picnics to take with you.
Yeah, no more going up to the kind of big buffet and kind of smuggling out some rolls and trying to put your fillings in to save money. Now you can actually ask chef to prepare you something truly delicious. And while we're talking about dining, of course, we need to talk about drinks. And here you've got unlimited complimentary beverages with a full minibar restocked daily, bottled water for all your onshore excursions, in-room still and sparkling water, and an extensive range of specialty teas and illy coffees. Ooh, best of it, I love it. There are also 8 spacious bars and lounges for guests to enjoy, so you can have a glass of France's finest at the intimate champagne bar. Maybe you can relax in the Azure Bar and Cafe with a delightful glass of Pinot Noir, or maybe indulge in a beverage that's served to your suite, because you can just ring up your butler and they'll bring it to you.
Next, we're going to tell you about some of the onboard activities you can do on board. So the Eclipse's heated pool is to feature a retractable roof, while a 450 square metre, which is 4,844 square feet,
very good,
spa will have an indoor and outdoor jacuzzi tubs, 1 on the sun deck. Now, they will also have Scandinavian-inspired plunge pool areas and an extensive range of high-end spa treatments. Have you ever tried the Scandinavian, we do the hot and the cold treatments?
The plunge pools?
Yeah, yeah.
I have, yeah.
Really
vicious.
Good. The fitness facilities will also include a gym with a separate yoga and Pilates studio. Love a bit of yoga on the cruise. And less leisurely activities will include kayaks, zodiacs, scuba and snorkeling adventures, and the use of the onboard e-bikes.
E-bikes as in electronically assisted bikes, so you don't have to do quite as much pedalling. Now the rock stars of the Eclipse onboard activities are the 2 helicopters and a 7-man or person submarine, which allow passengers to get closer to the wildlife than by boat. Imagine flying over the dramatic crags of the Scottish Isles, or above the sparkling coral caves of the Caribbean, or maybe even soaring over the dramatic fjords of Norway and Chile. Close your eyes, Jade, and picture yourself exploring the delights and mysteries of the deep, 200 metres underwater, unearthing ruins in Greece, exploring kaleidoscopic reefs in the Caribbean, or witnessing wildlife in the natural habitat. The helicopters and the sub really do give you that unique edge, and they're kind of holiday-making experiences. Now, another interesting thing about this as well is the passenger numbers on board Scenic Eclipse are limited to 228. Not many at all when you think about it, and even go down to 200 during the polar expeditions. And this means you can have several landings per day for the passengers, and also a passenger worker ratio of almost 1:1. So that's incredible, thinking there's 174 crew on board, and at that stage just 200 guests. I think that's the best ratio in the industry.
Other facilities are to include 4 bars and lounges, plus a 240-seat theatre with luxurious custom-designed seating that will host a range of performances, presentations, concerts, movies and more. Scenic believes that each of their guests is unique, so they've divided their comprehensive programme of all-inclusive shore excursions to suit all activity levels. From kayak-escorted excursions to a tour of a local art gallery and everything in between, you can choose what best suits your interests and your pace. And remember, it's all included.
My favourite thing though is another, I think pretty much USP with Scenic, and that's the fact that they offer an open deck policy to join the captain on the bridge. Yes, you heard me correctly, an open deck policy to join the captain on the bridge. Now obviously there are certain provisos to that, you know, I wouldn't advise bursting in when he's docking, for instance. You might get told to go away. But it's an incredible example of the relaxed, informal luxury that Scenic as a company cultures.
So now we're going to tell you a little bit about the cabins on board. Now the 114 cabins are all suites and they're featuring private verandas and separate living rooms. The entry-level accommodation starts at a spacious 32 square metres, that's 344 square feet, and goes up to 233 square metres, so 2,507 square foot.
It's bigger than my house.
For the owner's penthouse suite. So each suite, of course, as we said before, will have the butler service.
So let's have a look first of all at the veranda suites. So these suites are spacious, they're beautifully designed, they feature of course their own veranda, hence the name veranda suite. You've got your bedroom, living area, floor to ceiling windows for fantastic views, and all stocked with of course the finest toiletries, linen and all the other amenities you come to expect from a 5 or 6 star hotel.
Now Keith, they also have a spa suite on board the ship, and this comes with all the same amenities as the veranda suite, but on here as well you also get an indulgent spa bath, and you know yourself when you've been out all day doing shore excursions, nothing better than a bath with some extra bubbles in as well.
And that's right. Now also they do the Grand Panorama Suite, and this takes style to a whole new level. It's located right at the front of the yacht. The suites are on deck 6 and they feature these beautiful curved verandas, and also on deck 8 as well, where they feature both a veranda and a huge terrace. So basically you will be the first to spot any fantastic landmarks or wildlife with a bird's eye view from above.
And of course you have the owner's penthouse suite, coming in at a massive 1,990 square feet. This suite is the ultimate cabin for a luxury explorer. Includes a king-size slumber bed, which is fully adjustable, 70-inch flat screen TV, with built-in cinema surround sound, ensuite bathroom with dual steam shower and the therapeutic spa bath.
That TV is probably bigger than some cruise ship inside cabins, isn't it? It's quite incredible, but there we go. They also got the outside terrace, which includes a whirlpool, a jacuzzi, day beds, and of course inside you'll get a dining table for up to 10 guests, so you can pretty much accommodate your own party, which is made even easier by the fact you have your own butler service and your own butler bar. And there's also a version of this called the 2-bedroom penthouse suite, which is the biggest you can get, and that's where you get the owner penthouse suite and a spa suite combined into 2. So perfect if you want to have a huge family celebration on board.
So next we're going to give you a little bit of an idea about the kind of itineraries that you can do. Scenic Eclipse inaugural cruise is going to be on August 31st, 2018. It's a one-way itinerary from Istanbul to Venice. Then it sails to Canada via Iceland and then onto the Arctic, before heading on to the British Isles, across the Atlantic and to the Caribbean. So including Cuba, then down to the Chilean fjords and onto Antarctica. Scenic are planning for the Eclipse to spend 3 months of every year operating deep into the Arctic and the Antarctic.
So it's pretty much going everywhere, in a nutshell, which sounds absolutely fantastic. So if you're looking for something to freshen things up, this is a great option. Now we hope that gives you more of an idea about Scenic Eclipse. Yes, we don't have loads of information out there. We've pulled as much as we know to try and give you as much information. Things might change a little bit because the ship's still being built, but fingers crossed she promises to be absolutely fantastic. If you want any more information, you can click the link just above there, take you through to the website, speak to some of our team, have a look at maybe some of the prices of what it's going to be like to go. Obviously, this isn't going to be the cheapest cruise that you go on, but that's because there's so much included, and we are looking at 5 to 6 star luxury here, and those huge penthouse suites. My word, if you are going, get in touch. In fact, on that point, we do want you to get in touch, just full stop. Tell us what you think of the ship, tell us if you think it's a step in the right direction. If people do want to get in touch, how do they do that?
Email us at hello@planetcruise.co.uk. You can comment on Facebook, give us a tweet or comment on the video today.
Please do get in touch. We love your feedback and the show is based on that. We just want to always give a few highlights of what the social media activity for the last week has been. So a big thank you first of all to Dave Butler, and he was talking about the Planet Cruise live show that we had, and he said, great show, thanks for the invite. Now, where to cruise next? So thanks, Dave, for coming along. Great to see you. Do hope you make that decision and let us know when you do where you are going. And also John Piper, great friend of the show, said he really enjoyed the Planet Life show. Booked an 18-night cruise. Yippee. John, I'm happy for you, though secretly inside I'm sad because I'm not going to get on a cruise so far this year, and I'm in deep mourning. Thanks for watching. For myself and Jade, we'll see you very, very soon.